I am Veronica Wasek, and if you're joining me, this is my regular presentation that I'm now doing into our Facebook group, 5-Minute Bookkeeping with QuickBooks Online, that I am doing the second and fourth Thursdays of every month, talking about bookkeeping business topics as well as QuickBooks Online topics. And this is an exciting topic that I think a lot of you have questions about, and it is how to become a QuickBooks Online Ninja, how to develop a niche in QuickBooks Online as I have. So just wanted to share the benefit of my experience with you, what I have done to get to where I am, and give you some very valuable resources. So let me just get my notes in front of me here. So what I'm going to do is just share with you my own story of how I went from a total QuickBooks Online or QuickBooks newbie, really. I started out with QuickBooks Desktop. So I went from a QuickBooks newbie to a top 10 ProAdvisor named by Insightful Accountant just last week as a top 10 ProAdvisor out of over 100,000 certified ProAdvisors in the world. Just very exciting news. So I felt that you'd probably want to hear about my own journey and how I did it, and that you can do it too. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Veronica Wasek, and I am the CEO and founder of Wasek. I'm also the blogger-in-chief at the 5minutebookkeeping.com blog. And as I told you, I was just named a top 10 ProAdvisor by Insightful Accountant. And I have also been named a top 100 ProAdvisor 3 years in a row. I'm also a member of Intuit Corporation's Trainer Writer Network. And just to give you a little background on my story, I started out in 2010, started my business after losing my job to the Great Recession, actually losing 2 jobs to the Great Recession, and pretty much floundered for about 6 months after I started my business. I was having trouble finding clients. I didn't really know how to market myself, how to position myself in the market, and just found myself struggling because I thought I would just be all things to all people and I would just do whatever clients wanted I would do. But unfortunately, that didn't really allow me to get very many clients. So I found myself very frustrated, and in fact thought, well, I'm just going to, I'll find an accounting coach or somebody to help me with my accounting business. And in Googling some information, I came across somebody who was marketing themselves as a QuickBooks coach and consultant. And I thought, well, that's really creative and smart. This person is actually marketing themselves specifically for their QuickBooks expertise. And then I realized that most of the business owners that I was talking to were asking me, did I know QuickBooks? Could I fix their QuickBooks? And that's where I found my opportunity to focus on an area that I felt that small business owners were familiar with, that I could speak their language. And that's when I decided to become certified in QuickBooks and to really become then a QuickBooks specialist. So that's how I started out initially. I branded myself as a QuickBooks coach and trainer. And I believe that that very weekend, I got certified in QuickBooks Desktop at the time. That was the certification that was available to me. And within a year, I was then advanced certified in QuickBooks Desktop. As soon as QuickBooks Online became more popular, then I also was certified in QuickBooks Online, and then also got my advanced certification in QBO. What I've done also is I have attended local trainings provided by Intuit here locally in the Houston, Texas area. And actually that's where I met some Intuit representatives who encouraged me to attend the Scaling New Heights conference. And that's really where I found myself, by attending that conference, I was able to be around other QuickBooks specialists, other QuickBooks Pro advisors, and started learning a lot from the sessions that I was taking at conference. I have learned from the local training that I've taken from Intuit, the online training. So I just made it my mission to become a sponge, essentially, of all things QuickBooks, and now all things QuickBooks Online. That is my specialty now, is QuickBooks Online. I also joined the Intuit Corporation's Trainer Writer Network, which has given me opportunities to not just learn about QuickBooks, but also then to share my knowledge with other people. And that has been very exciting to do that. And as I said, about 3-4 years ago, I decided to focus my business almost entirely in QuickBooks Online. So that has helped me also to develop additional expertise, just because we're so concentrated in the one product. And then now that I have a team of 3 full-time employees, I have trained them to be QuickBooks Online Ninja. So I have my own team of QBO Ninjas. And then culminating now with just recently being named a top 10 Pro Advisor after going on this 5-year journey, essentially, of really honing in my skills on QuickBooks Online. So why would you want to master QuickBooks Online? What benefit would you gain from becoming specialized in QuickBooks Online? Well, you can actually develop a niche in QuickBooks Online, or even in specific areas of QBO. You could focus as a QBO coach or trainer. You could do conversions from desktop or from other systems into QBO. You could customize QBO setup for companies and customize it specifically for their business needs. You could integrate apps with QBO. You could even be a specialist in cleaning up QuickBooks Online. So there are many areas, not just within QBO, that you could do to then specialize in QuickBooks Online. And the beauty of QuickBooks Online also is that you have cloud access to your clients. And that's what enabled me to take my business, not just from a local business, but now working with clients throughout the country. The benefit also of being a QBO specialist is that I get many calls from business owners throughout the country telling me that, hey, I'm looking for an expert in my area. I'm looking for a QBO expert, but I can't find one. And so that is the benefit of then having very good and a very deep skill set in QBO, is that business owners are looking for people who are experts in QuickBooks Online. They need help with it, and they're not necessarily getting that help where they live locally. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I will show you how to get started just finding the QuickBooks Online test drive company. I believe that's the right one. Okay, very good. And so if you want to get started with QuickBooks Online and you want to play around with it, which I highly encourage, to test it out, find the sample companies for your own country version, and play around with it, get familiar with it. So what you need to do is to Google QBO test drive, and essentially just look for this particular link here, this test drive QuickBooks Online. This is the US version of the QuickBooks Online sample company. And then if you look here where it says links to online sample companies, this is this will provide you the links to all of the country versions of the sample companies. Okay, so let me just show you here. If you click on the US version, And sorry, I'm get this out of my way here. You can't see it, but I can. I have a dialogue here that, there we go. I couldn't see that. Okay, so you would click I'm not a robot and click continue. And then you will be in the QuickBooks Online Sample Company where you can, as I said, play around with it, enter transactions and check it out. The only thing is that it will not save your changes. Okay, so once you close out of it, anything that you've entered or saved will be gone. All right, next thing that you want to do is to actually sign up for the free QuickBooks Online Accountant program. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to Google, and let me show you, QuickBooks Online Accountant, and then followed by your country's name. So for example, QuickBooks Online Accountant Canada, okay? And then, as I said, this is a free program where you can then sign up to get the free, as we call it, the QBOA account. So this is your QuickBooks Online Accountant account, where then you'll be able to access all of the free training. So you'll get the training is free. So a lot of you are asking, hey, how can I get free QuickBooks Online training or training for the QuickBooks Online certification? It's actually all free. So you just need to sign up for the QuickBooks Online Accountant account. So just click sign up, okay? And then look for the training and certification within the QBOA account. And I'll be sharing links with you later. Once you get the recording of this video, I'll also be sharing out all the links. So for each country version, you'll be able to sign up for your QBOA account or your QuickBooks Online Accountant account. Once you are in QBOA, all you have to do is click on ProAdvisor and then click on Training. So you can click on Training or click Access Training. Either one will get you to the free training that you need to get certified in QuickBooks Online. And you'll see there's training overview, as well as then you access the certification, and that the certification will have training as well. You can also get free QuickBooks Online training from my blog, 5minutebookkeeping.com blog. And in the, if you click here, free QBO training, you'll access over 75 tutorials. Okay, so we have them all in order from introduction to setting up a company, customizing, chart of accounts, products and services list. Bank feeds is a very popular topic. So make sure that you access all of that training. It is all free, and it will give you a very good foundation for learning QuickBooks Online. In addition to the fact that I share all of my expert tips and tricks, so then you'll get a lot more in-depth training. And again, it's all free. You can also access some training from my Teachable courses. So this is my course platform that I have with free and paid courses. And in particular, check out this course, Mastering QuickBooks Online Bank Feeds in 7 days. At the core of it all, if you're trying to master QuickBooks Online, you do need to master the bank feeds, because the bank feeds are the foundation for working with QuickBooks Online, in addition to the fact that business owners always start out with bank feeds. So this is an area where most untrained users will make all the mistakes that are to be made in QBO because they don't know how to work with bank feeds. So whether it's a business owner trying to do their own bookkeeping or a bookkeeper who's not familiar with QuickBooks Online, you're going to make some mistakes unless you know how to work with the bank feed. So I highly encourage you to check out this course, and I will share out the link. And you can also get a 33% discount. The discount code is discount33. So it's the word discount followed by the number 33. So that will give you the 33% discount off of this course. And in fact, let me show you, because you can see the class curriculum. And you can also get the free previews on some of these sessions here. So then you can get a feel for what the course is like. But it's a very easy course to get through. All of the training videos are less than 5 minutes long, so it's something that you can do at your own pace, and or it won't require a lot of time on your part to sit there for 30 minutes or 45 minutes to get through one video. Okay, so the next thing that you want to do, and as I showed you, within your QuickBooks Online Accountant account, you will access the training, and then you want to get certified. So once you feel like you have enough training, then you can go ahead and get certified. The QBO certification, the basic certification, is a multiple choice test, basically. It has, I don't know if it's 4 or 5 different sections, and you're given a certain number of attempts to pass the certification. So you should be able to, with the right preparation, you should be able to pass the certification test. And by getting certified, you also get to be listed in the QuickBooks Find a ProAdvisor website, which will help you to get clients. So that also helps you not just to get certified, you're not just building out a niche, you're getting a certification, and then you will likely get some clients by being listed in the Find a ProAdvisor website. For me, when I got my certification, my basic certification, it took me about 8 hours of preparation to prepare to pass the exam. It might take you longer if you're not familiar with QuickBooks. At that point, I was actually certified at QuickBooks Desktop, so I already had a very strong foundation in QuickBooks. The next thing that you'd want to do in terms of certifications is then become advanced certified. And this is a certification that I'm going to tell you now, it's not easy to pass. In fact, it's based on different scenarios. So it has multiple choice. It has all sorts of questions in addition to multiple choice, but they're based on a scenario. So you'll be given a particular explanation and a set of information about a particular company, for example. And then you'll have to answer several questions based on the information that they're giving you. So it's not an easy test. It's not a test that I would recommend for someone who's new at QuickBooks Online, because you probably don't have enough of a foundation yet to really be able to pass the exam. It took me about 20 hours of preparation to pass the advanced QBO certification. So it is a time commitment. It's not an easy test. And you do have to be dedicated to passing the exam within the 1 year period that you're given to pass it. So I would say when you're serious, when you have the time, then I do encourage you to get advanced certified, because then what happens is your ranking in the Find a ProAdvisor listing is boosted up. So then you go to the top of the list on the Find a ProAdvisor website. So that will allow you to get more clients. That's what I did. My last name starts with W. I figured I never rank very high on any list if it was listed alphabetically. So I thought, well, I better become advanced certified, and that is true that my ranking has gone way up in the Find a ProAdvisor site. Okay, next is You need to join a community and get around people who are also specialized in QuickBooks. And let me show you if I can. Hold on. Well, okay, I won't show you, but you can actually join my Facebook group, and it's called 5-Minute Bookkeeping with QuickBooks Online. And you can connect with our community of small business owners and bookkeepers who are specialized in QuickBooks Online. So this is a great way for you to be around people who are like-minded, who are trying to do what you're doing and developing those skills and around a particular QuickBooks product, being QuickBooks Online. So you can get support, you can ask questions, and you can share some of the challenges that you're experiencing, share your wins. So we have a great community. Our group is growing very fast. We have about 1,600 members right now. So I encourage you to join and then join us in our community if you're not already a member. I would also recommend as you to develop your skills even further, because it's one thing to get certified, it's another thing then to actually develop your skill set, is to continue to get training. So you want to look for training resources actually on the QuickBooks website. So let me show you that. Okay, and I'll share out all of these links, but this is from the QuickBooks website, and they have all of the links to training here. So there's the Firm of the Future blog, Accountant University is one that you should look at that has free training. So they'll have webinars and recorded training there for you. Again, here, QuickBooks webinars and events. Learn QuickBooks, get support. So you want to take advantage of all of the free training that QuickBooks provides to you. And you'll be amazed at how much there is. You just have to know where to find it. QuickBooks really believes in connecting and educating their pro advisors. And so there's, again, tons of training that you can get. And that, as I told you before, I was a sponge. So whatever training was out there for QuickBooks, I was taking that training. And that's how I have developed my skills, is from training, learning from people like me who were more experienced at that point than I was, and learning from those people who had seen things and done things and worked with clients, worked on those difficult engagements, cleaning up QuickBooks, knowing how to troubleshoot things. That's what you're looking to do. QuickBooks actually has a virtual conference coming up, and I'll show you that. And that is on July the 12th, and it is the Grow Your Practice with QuickBooks conference. And they have actually, if you can take the QuickBooks Online certification preparation, and as well as if you're already certified but you need to get recertified, then you will be able to take the recertification preparation, as well as then get some topics on the QBO ecosystem, and as well as T-sheets. So check that out. That is July the 12th. That is 8 hours of training, again, completely free. And once you're certified in QuickBooks, you will also get emails from Intuit Corporation about training in your local area. Again, it's all free, guys. So you don't have to pay for any QuickBooks training if you don't need to, because there's so much. You just have to know where to find it. Another way to learn about what's going on, especially what's going on right now as far as getting updates or to know what's going on with QuickBooks, again, is my blog. So it's the 5minutebookkeeping.com blog. And you go to the home page. So we have essentially free QuickBooks Online training on our blog, as I showed you. And so that's coming out essentially every week. We have some topic coming out about QuickBooks Online Training, as well as I've recently started doing a video series about starting a bookkeeping business, and that's all on our blog. There is also Insightful Accountant, and this is a great blog for finding and learning about what's going on with QuickBooks right now. So all of the latest updates, they talk about apps. They also have free training on this blog. So check this out as well. And this blog, if you subscribe, they put out content daily. So there's a lot of content and very deep knowledge that they're sharing with the accounting community. And there's also Firm of the Future. And the Firm of the Future blog is put out by Intuit, and it has topics about growing your business. I'm having a cloud-based business. In fact, this is the latest news, is the 2018 Intuit, I cannot talk today. The 2018 Intuit Rate Survey has come out. And so if you're curious about what other people are billing for their services, then check this out. You can also get all of the latest features and new improvements to QuickBooks Online. So this is a way to see, what's new with QuickBooks Online, what are the new enhancements they have made. You can get that from here. And they usually will have topics, so here we go. Client relationships, efficiency and growth. So if you're looking for apps or workflow, productivity, hiring and training staff. You can also see training and events, probably all free again, product news, videos. So this is the website to go to for that information. And finally, you can attend conferences. And as I had started out telling you before, that's really where things changed for me, was when I attended my first conference. So one of the conferences that you can attend is Scaling New Heights. And let me get that. That conference just happened, just took place last week. We were in Atlanta, Georgia, and the next conference is in June 2019, and it will be in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's in Salt Lake City. They haven't updated their website yet, but that is in June 2019 in Salt Lake City. And there is also QuickBooks Connect. And that conference is November 5th through the 7th, coming later this year. And QuickBooks Connect is all about QuickBooks Online, about apps, and about connecting accountants, app developers, and business owners. And this is the premier conference. If you can go, I encourage you to go. It's very forward-thinking. If you want to be on the cutting edge, then this is where you need to be. Okay, so that pretty much sums up how you can become a QBO Ninja. And I'm just gonna see if there are any questions. Give me 1 second. And okay, there's people saying hi, so hi back. So if you have any questions and you're not able to ask them now, go ahead and once I post the replay of this webinar, And then go ahead and just put your questions in the comments, and I'll answer your comments. I'll answer your questions at that time. And I will also post the links to all of everything that I just showed you. I'll go ahead and post all those links for you so you can find that yourself. I think before ending, what I'd like to share with you in terms of becoming a QBO Ninja is, most of all, it's not just about getting certified and getting deep knowledge. It's also about working with clients. And one of the things that, for me initially was very hard was the fear I had of, like, do I know enough to talk to a client about QuickBooks? I was really afraid to do that. But one of the things that I like to teach everyone is that your desire to help other people and to grow your business has to be bigger than your fears, has to be bigger than the challenges that you experience. And so you might have a lot of knowledge and maybe have some fears holding you back. And I encourage you then to you just have to face the fear, do it anyway. And I also encourage you, if you haven't developed enough knowledge in QuickBooks Online, to take advantage of all this free training. There's so much out there. So all you have to do is just get connected, get plugged in. You do have to put in the time. I mean, it takes time, it takes work. But to become an expert in your field demands that you develop a deep knowledge and expertise in your field so that you can serve your clients. So those are my words of wisdom for you. And as a reminder, I am doing these free webinars live on Facebook twice a month on the second and fourth Thursdays of the month. I talk about QuickBooks and I talk about business topics. So